By speaking with and coaching designers and animators over the past few years, I found that there's one thing that's holding 90% of you back from growing. So I wanted to go on a mission to help you to solve this problem. We know what we should be doing to grow our businesses and careers, or at least we have an idea. But there's just one problem. We're too afraid to tackle these problems. They seem really big and scary, and we're afraid to take action. So how do you overcome this problem? Well, one thing that's helped me over the years to take action on my business is to have accountability, but also to break my goals into smaller, more actionable steps. So I was thinking about how I can create an environment where 1, I could give people accountability, and 2, help them to break their goals into smaller, more actionable steps. This has worked for me, but would it help designers and animators to grow their businesses? This is a question that I hope to answer in this video. So I set up a Calendly call and I popped it in our community, and then I waited for signups, and I waited some more, and I still waited, still no signups, and I waited. So I'm just on a little walk in the park, but I wanted to give you an update on how this little experiment is going. So we had one person sign up for the accountability calls today, so no people for 10 a.m. So I'm going to cancel the 10 a.m. slot, but I'm hoping when I get back home from my walk that I can put a post on Instagram and we'll get more people sign up for the 4 p.m. slot. Because I posted it on Instagram, luckily in the end we had 6 people sign up. I think there were 2 reasons why people were reluctant to sign up to these calls. Number 1, we generally like to avoid tasks that we've been avoiding. So it takes quite a lot of commitment to come to an accountability call and share with a group what you want to be working on, and then actually take action on that call as well. But as you'll see from the participants later, it was well worth it for them. And number 2, this was going to be recorded for this video, so they really did have to put themselves out there, and I think that would be scary for a lot of people. So I'm really grateful for the people who showed up to our accountability calls, so make sure you check out their websites below this video. So we're going to go around and ask everyone, what's the one thing that you're going to work on right now that will help you to grow your business? And obviously, if you need a little bit of help and encouragement, we can all do that. We'll probably only have a couple of minutes each, just because I want to make sure we actually have some time to do the thing as well. And then what we will do, it basically we'll go and kind of almost like we're co-working, and we'll go off and we'll co-work all together. So you'll just see everyone's little heads bopping away and doing the thing. You know, the idea that is that it gives you the accountability, because you're like, oh, well, everyone else on the call is working on the thing that they said they were going to do, so I better do it as well. What we're going to do at the end is obviously just come back kind of into the Zoom room and say what our wins are, like what we've achieved in the last hour. It'll probably end up being about 50 minutes because obviously I'm talking a bit at the end. I would honestly say try and do, you know, the minimum amount of thing that you can think of, but that you still feel like is going to impact your business in the long run. So like Paola was saying, searching for some studios that she wants to reach out to, you know, things like that. I think Ryan is going to look into some email marketing software to launch his new podcast, you know, like little mini steps that are working towards a bigger project or to get bigger clients or something like that. This is the idea of these calls. It's so you can spend time working on your business instead of always in your business, which is what we do normally. So when we're working in the business, what we're doing is doing our client projects, you know, like just responding to client emails, that kind of stuff. And we're not taking any time out to work on the business, which is doing outreach, connecting with someone in the industry who inspires you, you know, that could lead to potential work and things like that. Yeah, let's go around and let's everyone share their one small goal that they're going to do on this call, like the action that you're going to take on this call. And then if you're struggling, you know, I'm sure we can all help each other. Ryan, do you want to go first? Because I know that you've already got your...
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, so I just left School of Motion, and I've started as a creative director at another studio, but I kind of got the bug for doing my own thing and being an entrepreneur, and I never have. I've always just worked for other people. So my tiny little baby step is that I want to finally start my own podcast. So I need to do the simplest first steps, which I've waited like 3 or 4 years for. I have like 15 episodes recorded from 2 years ago that I've never done anything with. So I need to sign up for some podcast hosting, and I want to start an email newsletter, and I was thinking about using MailChimp, but if anybody anybody has any advice to either stay away from or go for, or if there's another email newsletter provider that anybody likes, I'm more than happy to take. Yeah, I've seen Substack, I've seen Beehive. I know there's TinyLetter and MailChimp and ConvertKit, but if there's anybody who has reasons afterwards to tell me. But yeah, those should be pretty straightforward, but I need to do it because it's been years. So thanks, Haley.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Thank you very much. Paula, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all. The thing that I wanted to do is like to reach out for at least 5 potential clients. So the thing is, I already emailed like a bunch of my top priority clients. It was really good because I got their response, and some of them tried to book me, and that was amazing. I think I have like to outreach them again. The main thing is I'll try to outreach for 5 new clients and try maybe some agency or maybe some art directors too, or to try to find the contact of producers or stuff like that.
Cool. That sounds like a good one. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so you're reaching out to some new ones, and then I guess maybe if you have time, you might follow up with some of the old ones as well. Sweet, thanks. John, do you want to go next?
I guess mine's been pretty recent. I work in an industry, mostly sports, and trying to figure out how to make templates for high and low customers. And that is something I'm really not familiar with. Usually someone comes to me for a budget and I had to build to their budget. So I have to figure out how to make some templates for high end and low end clients on my website without posting a price. So that's kind of just where I'm at right now.
I guess my question would be, what's like the next mini step that you could do right now on this call?
I mean, right now, I have a couple phone calls with the people who know the budgets of different teams from like professional to like AAA, high school, college. I don't know those numbers all over. I haven't kept track of them. So I'm trying to find people who know those numbers. I think it's going to be just make connections on LinkedIn for a little bit. And that's going to probably guide me to what direction I want to go.
Awesome. Maybe try and think about what like an optimal number of people would be. Like, you know, I want to search for 5 people or something like that. And then that means that you can actually like be like, I achieved my goal. You know?
I achieved my goal. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Jack, what about you?
What I want to do is to have more conversations with agency owners and successful Webflow freelancers. So a little bit like Ryan, who talked about setting up a podcast. I have actually started, the first podcast episode is going to be on Thursday, and I'm basically interviewing successful Webflow freelancers and agency owners who basically are doing what I want to do, and I want to learn from their failures and mistakes. So the concept is to talk to them about their 3 biggest failures. So I want to book more guests. Like say, okay, I'm going to find like 3 new guests for the agency owners or something like that. But I think getting 3 guests for the podcast would be a really good way to use this time.
Awesome. Thanks, Jack. Luigi, do you want to go next?
So I'm looking to launch like a free course that people can just download. So basically my outcome by the end of this is to have either like a Gumroad set up or a Patreon or something like, see whichever one I prefer, and sort of just grab the stuff I've already written and sort of condense it into something that I can just show snippets of. Yeah, so like Ryan was saying, maybe you could start a Gumroad account and search for the Gumroad users who have like courses and see if that is, you know, a route that you want to go down. Yeah, I'll stick with that, yeah. Whitney, do you want to tell us what your action is?
For me, the most immediate kind of thing that I'd like to fix is my soft skills. Just with maybe even getting someone else's opinion on emails that I have sent to clients to see maybe if they have some additional insight. I'm finding that seems to be a place where I feel that the least amount of security.
Yeah. So do you have like a template or something that you use already?
No, not yet.
So is it worth like trying to do that in this session then, and then maybe afterwards you could send it to me and I can have a look at it for you if you want?
Yeah, that'd be super helpful.
Yeah, so now we're just gonna like keep our cameras on, get to work on what we said we were gonna do. Don't worry if you feel like, oh, I'm not gonna get it done and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. It's about taking action and making progress towards your larger goals. Good luck. You've all got this. I believe in you. And yeah, I'll keep an eye on the time and I'll give you a shout when we're gonna come back and share our wins. Okay, we can start coming back to the Zoom now. Yeah, so does everyone want to share maybe a little bit about what they achieved? Do you want to share any wins? I know Ryan had to shoot off, but he said that he managed to sign up his podcast host and that he's chose ConvertKit to do his podcast marketing with. So that's great. So he achieved a lot in the very short time he was here. So that's awesome. Whitney, what about you?
So I went ahead and checked out that article on client outreach on the Motion Hatch website, and then also went ahead and wrote that initial template. And I'll have to read the email back from you.
Well done for making a start on that. I think hopefully then after that, once you have your template sorted, I gave you a little bit of feedback, then you can go and maybe start sending that to your past clients. And I think that will definitely get you some results.
Yeah, awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Luigi, what about you? What did you get done?
I've set up my Gumroad profile and sort of started setting things up to start actually posting. I posted something on there and I have like my link tree. I've updated that to start directing traffic in soon. So I'm happy with where I've gone so far. So all good.
Great. Yeah, well done. Great progress. Jack, what about you?
I've invited 3 people to come and speak on the podcast, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Did that help you to assign a number to it? Do you feel like you've achieved?
Yeah, I know it sounds really stupid because the podcast can't really work unless I have kind of a backlog of people lined up. But it's nice to just have an outbound, get the outbound emails done so that I can hopefully arrange times to do all the calls and stuff.
Yeah, one extra tip that I have for you, if you don't do it already, is to set up a Calendly link so they can just automatically book in a time to do the recording with you, and then have an automatic sequence that comes after that says, here's everything you need to know about the podcast and reminders and stuff like that, and just put as much of the process as you can into kind of an automated sequence, because I think that will help you a lot. And then you've literally just got to send the first email and then you're on the call with someone and they already know what to do and everything like that.
I agree. I definitely need to automate stuff as much as possible. I'm sure there's a way I can integrate everything together, like using Zapier or something. So yeah,
exactly. Zapier is a good shout. So yeah, I would try and have a look at that.
Awesome. Thanks.
Cool, no problem. Paula, what about you?
I would try to find those agencies and studios, and I actually found the 4 emails to send, but I didn't send them yet because but yeah, and the one that was missing, I just found her LinkedIn page, so I'll maybe add her or send her a message, something like that. Yeah, that's basically it. I thought that I would be able to send the emails. I'm really pissed about that, but that's okay.
Yeah, but it was a small amount of time, and you came in and you were focused and you got something done, and now you have the momentum to keep going, and I think that's really important.
Yeah, for sure. I'll do that right now. Right away.
John, what about you?
I made a few contacts. Someone I used to work with. This person that I'm going to talk to works with other teams and high and low teams, and can kind of knows people there. So I think he might be, even he's also looking for work, because I used to work with them. So it might be something that might benefit us both. No,
that's really good. It's always good to think about if you want to get on a call with someone, how you can give value to them too. So I think that's really smart. Yeah, well done. Yeah, that's fantastic, everyone. I'm really proud. And it seems like, this call, even though we had quite a bit of time at the beginning, it seems like you got an awful lot done. So, hopefully you can keep the momentum up now. I would love it if you would follow up with me and let me know the results of anything that you made on this call. Like when you were saying, Jack, you reached out, and I know John reached out to people, and Paula and Whitney is in the process as well of reaching out to new clients. So if in a couple of days they get back to you and stuff like that, please do let me know. The results that they got in 45 minutes on the call was pretty amazing, and I'm really proud of them. All of them made one small step towards their larger business goals.
Hey Haley, just wanted to send you a quick note to say thank you so much for helping me with my accountability. I've got 3 responses out of 3. I was kind of what was the fear about? Why don't I just do it? So thank you for kind of pushing me to do that and helping me get those results. Really appreciate it.
So I decided to include these accountability calls in a new program that I'm starting that's designed to help designers and animators to scale their businesses. If you're feeling stuck in your business right now and you're looking to make more money and you're looking to get bigger and better clients without feeling overwhelmed, then take the quiz below this video because this will show you whether our new program is a good fit for you. And if you're just getting started as a freelancer, then make sure you watch this video next on how to start freelancing. And I'll see you all next week for more tips and advice around the business side of design and animation.